the thing that I kept hearing all through the journey when this started was someone would come up to me and say, "Hey, this never happens." And getting getting a phone call from Mark Miller of Sawyer Brown, who says he's hanging out with Stephen Curtis Chapman and a third party. That's what you were called at the time. That was the weirdest thing ever. But it started with that, and they said we want to do something with your music, but I'm here with Stephen and a third party, and I can't really mention who that is just now. To me, you had like a hood. In my mind, I built this picture of who this mysterious person was, but they said they want to do something with your music, and he started asking me these things. I need to ask you a series of questions. This was Mark Miller talking, and I can't even remember what the questions were. Who owns the name Casting Crowns? I was like, I guess we do. I don't know. It's just the name of our group. We play at Disciple Now weekends a lot in our area. There's all these questions, and I was just every word I said, I was exposing my ignorance of anything music business. And the song "If We Are the Body" seems to be the song that all this was kind of birthed on. And I remember him telling me about this song. He had called me about it a little before and just said, "I've heard this song that you guys did, and just this is really strong." And I'm just telling you, as a believer, Mark Miller was doing this. This was before The Call. This was a while before, because I just want to let you know this song's really got a hold of my heart right now, and I just want to thank you for writing it. And then it was later when they said, "We want to do something with you guys," and I didn't really know totally what that meant. All we know the word is signed. That's all we ever know. Signed. They're signed, So he said the word signed. I was like, oh, this is going to happen, And but the crazy thing is, the song "If We're the Body" had been around for a long time. It had been around in several forms. The very first time I ever played this for 10 or 15 kids, it was called "How Will They Know?" That's what the song was called. And it was me and the three chords that I knew, and a little cool pattern that I'd kind of worked out on my Ensoniq keyboard, and that Melanie bought me for Christmas or my birthday, and I would sing that song, and I saw God use something I was writing. I'd never seen that before. I'd had other people really get into my heart with their songs. Stephen Curtis Chapman would really get in my heart with his songs, and even early on, before I even really knew what Christian radio was, I remember some Wayne Watson songs and Dallas Home, Rise Again, that my dad would play, and I would listen, and there just something was different about these songs. And it wasn't just a sad song or a story song. This was a song about something, from somebody who'd gone through something, from somebody that could actually lead you there. And the first time I ever showed anyone a song I wrote, it's the scariest thing in the world, because that's literally your heart. You're just laying it out on a table. And I saw God use it and got in people's hearts, and they were saying, I really need to share my faith with somebody. I really need to tell my friend about Jesus. And because of this song. And over a year or two, the song changed again, and it became a song called "This Should Be the Place." And it was all about the church. Because I saw people that weren't really running from God. They were just running from church. Because church was so scary in the way that people act there, and the way that people don't really love well. And the things that I had to say were hard things. But I was saying it to my people in my church. So it never occurred to me that those were hard-hitting lyrics. They were just what I was saying and what I was seeing around me. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that song's been around for a long time, until it was finally called "If We're the Body," and it was called "If We're the Body" for several years. And God used it in the small little places that we were. But I'm standing on the roof with the people that made it be heard by the world. And there would be no Casting Crowns without you guys. And I'm so thankful that you trust us with that. And I'm just telling you, anytime we send you a song, the purpose of that song is not to point to us. And it's not to come up with a new cool idea. It's something that God is stirring in us, that He's already doing, that is happening already in the church, that we feel is worth 4 or 5 or 7 minutes of someone's life. And that's why we write the songs that we write, is because this is what God's doing. And that's what we'll always be. And I thank you for all the work that you do to make these things happen. But I want you to know that we don't take you for granted. And when we put music in your hands, it's music with purpose. And it's not just music made so we can say we made spiritual music. It's what God's doing in us and what we want to see happen in other people's lives. And then when we walk out of this and this music is over, we're still going to be living that. We're still going to be doing that. And that means a lot.